Melissa, if you could just walk us through, like, what does a typical lesson look like? How does it work? Give me the nuts and bolts version.
Alrighty, so it is structured, it's very structured, but it also offers flexibility. And we recognize that teachers don't need anything more on their plate. So it's very simple to implement. Everything's there for you. So each grade level has 6 lessons, and each lesson has enough content. If you need to, you could divide it up into 2 lessons, depending on how much time you have. So most lessons, if you divide it up into 2, they're 30-minute lessons, between 20 and 30-minute lessons. And they always begin with the way of the heart. We always want to start with checking in with our students and seeing where they're at. And then to move into the big messages. So each lesson has building resilience, big message, and a strengthening faith, big message. And those are what you hope to accomplish in the lesson. So each lesson references the story, My Pillow Has Wings, for the younger students, 2nd grade and under. But 3rd through 8th grade, each lesson utilizes the vignettes to help facilitate conversation and discussion and instruction regarding to the big messages. And so the vignettes are, what do you say, 3 minutes, little stories about Taylor. And there's some type of situation that she is working through that is age appropriate, that the students can relate to. And so those vignettes, you play, they're a video that you just click on and you play it, and then from that, there is instruction on the topic.
I have to interrupt for just a second.
Okay, go ahead.
And share my favorite vignette. Well, first of all, we watch Taylor and her friends grow up. So from very young through 8th grade. But I love how much attention to detail has been put into the stories, the vignettes, that even in 7th grade, which is very realistic, that they're talking about the impacts of social media and how a girl is bullied online. And I just love that it's very real. It's very present for what the kids are dealing with. But my favorite piece is that the middle school is the comic book anime format.
Yes.
So we get to see Taylor grown up in middle school, but in a way that I think middle schoolers will appreciate and understand.
Instruction is focused on whatever the topic is, whatever the main lesson is for that grade level. So each grade level identifies a topic of focus. But at the same time, it incorporates all the previous lessons taught too, So let's say in 4th grade is perspective taking. So being able to assess what's going on in other people's lives and how they are impacted by certain things, and what your role could be in supporting somebody else. So the story with Taylor and friends really creates an opportunity for the students to see, oh, okay, there was a situation and everybody was looking at the situation differently, and be able to take other people's perspectives. So the instruction kind of complements the vignette.
Okay.
And then after the instruction, there's discussion questions to facilitate with the students, to encourage them to kind of have some discussion, to kind of get them thinking, get them kind of sharing their viewpoint. And then an activity. And the activities vary from based on the grade level. So the younger the grade, most of the activities is drawing and coloring. But as they get older, there's more role playing, maybe some different types of short games that they will play, some icebreaker things that they will do to help them kind of take what was instructed and kind of integrate it into what they're learning. And then they move into the power of the pause. So each lesson has a section where they learn a strategy to help them to pause and be able to incorporate a mindfulness, maybe something that helps them kind of regroup, restructure, refocus. And so each grade level, they learn a new pause activity. And that pause activity, they practice it during each lesson. They practice it so much that they're so good at it that it is innate in them. And so whenever they find themselves in a stressful situation and they need to pause, they can just quickly tap in to the one that would work best for them at that moment.
I love that. And I love that the teacher throughout the entire school year then can call back that coping strategy to help the whole class or an individual student. Can you tell me a little bit about the structure? I know that there's some Google Slides, there's activity books. What do those tools look like?
Right. So each grade level has Google Slides that have the teacher's notes embedded in the Google Slides so that they can bring up the slide and be able to just, if they wanted to, they could just read word for word what is written there, or they can summarize it. There's bullet points where they can just kind of take the content and kind of from their own personal experience and their own education, they can kind of add to it. So it's recognizing that you don't have time to prepare and prep, and all you have to do is it's all right there for you. And in addition to the Google Slides, there are workbooks. And for the middle school students, there are journals. And that encouraged them to journal about, gives them some journal writing prompts. So the workbooks, each student is able to kind of have their own workbook, and the activities are in the workbook as well as an exit ticket. And an exit ticket is something that you facilitate at the end of the lesson to determine whether or not the student was able to understand and receive the information that was provided. So the teacher gets a general idea of did the students understand what was being shared today through that exit ticket.
Perfect. So basically in 2 30-minute lessons or one 60-minute lesson, the teacher is able to, or counselor is able to walk through video, some discussion, an activity, and even with the exit ticket, just a short learning resource to have the teachers know that they've mastered the lesson. So along with the practical tools that they can call upon anytime. So it does seem like there's plenty of flexibility for both a brand new teacher with really thorough teacher notes and also a seasoned teacher with some bullet points, big messages to make sure that they hit. But I'm very excited that all of this is being worked through also with Rogers Behavioral Health research team to help us demonstrate that building resilience and strengthening faith is a program that works, and it is a program that is beneficial to schools, and we're looking forward to seeing the final results of the research to see how much positive impact building resilience and strengthening faith has on the school setting.
Yes, that is very exciting.